Hi everybody, my name is Jessie and I do somewhat in-depth perfume reviews in ASMR format, so if you like perfume and if you also like ASMR, you are in a good place. So today I'm doing a soft-spoken ASMR review of BDK Parfum's Tuberose Impériale. And I do not have the best French accent, but I tried to look it up. It's something like Tuberose Impériale. As you can see, it is in this glass, almost square bottle, but the sides are kind of smoothed off like that, and it's got this really nice bronzy top. There's the atomizer, some good lid sounds, and I got this bottle on Mercari.com, and it's definitely looks like it only has about 40% left. Also, there was some aging to the bottle. I don't know if you can see, but the writing is a little bit faded out. And the other interesting thing is that the perfume in here looks much darker and richer in color than what I'm seeing in the advertisements for this and like pictures of it new. So I'm wondering if perhaps the juice has aged and darkened in color. That sometimes happens. Yeah, so I have done some reviews of other BDK parfums. I did a review of Pas Ce Soir and the full bottle, and I also did a review of a sample set of different BDK perfumes. So anyway, here's another one, and yeah, so Tuberose means tuberose. Impériale, I'm assuming means imperial. So Imperial Tuberose kind of makes me think of like a fancy, regal, elegant tuberose. Let's spray this and see what it smells like. So I've got my sheets of paper. And today we have, this is a rose, and there's a woman in pink. So I'm going to remove the cap and do my best to spray right onto the paper. The BDK atomizers are really nice. I remembered that when I did a review of Pas Ce Soir and I had the bottle, that the atomizer is really nice. It sprays very easily and just a nice fine mist. Okay, so I'm just giving that a moment to dry down. And now I'm going to take a smell. So I do get a very, very strong, sweet, sort of bubblegummy tuberose. If you are not familiar with tuberose, I don't know if you're going to like it or not. Tuberose is a very polarizing floral, I feel. It's a white floral, and it's just very pungent, very strong. and I don't think everybody likes it. It's very, yeah, it just, if there's a lot of it, it can really take over. I like it, but I've never quite found a tuberose perfume that's dominantly tuberose that I'm like, oh my god, that. Because I think a lot of times it can just be a little bit too much. Okay, so I'm definitely getting the Tuberose White Floral Accord. It's a little bit like ambery vanilla, but mainly I'm just getting Tuberose White Floral Accord. Alright, I'm on to Fragrantica, and I want to read the main accords in order. So firstly, we have White Floral, Tuberose, Woody, Yellow Floral, Vanilla, Powdery, Sweet, Amber, Animalic, Warm Spicy, and that is all. So yeah, definitely get the White Floral, Tuberose, a little bit of the Woody, Vanilla, and Powdery, and Sweet. Those are the main ones that I get. Alright, next, why don't we look at the notes and read through them together, and I'll tell you what I smell. Okay, so for top notes, we've got 2 top notes. We have geranium, and then Rose Bay Willow Herb. Rose Bay Willow Herb, which I have never heard of, but it's shown to have pink flowers. Okay, so I don't know that I am really getting either of those prominently, so I'm just going to say I don't really smell them. If anything, maybe a little bit of geranium, but it doesn't stand out at all. Okay, and then nextly for the middle notes, we've got 5 middle notes, and I will read them to you. We have Indian Tuberose, Ylang Ylang, which is a yellow floral, Jasmine Sambac, and Egyptian Jasmine, those are white florals. And then lastly, Iris. So, what do I smell? Definitely the Tuberose. And I would say secondly, followed by the Ylang Ylang. Ylang Ylang is a yellow, sort of tropical, very pungent, almost like banana-y floral. I think there's a little bit of jasmine coming through, but I would say I get mostly Tuberose and Ylang Ylang. The iris does not stand out to me. However, there is sort of a powdery facet to this fragrance, so perhaps the iris is contributing to that. Okay, and then lastly, for the base notes, we've got 7 base notes, and I will read them to you. We have Madagascar Vanilla, Benzoin, Sandalwood, Cashmerean, Incense, Singapore Patchouli, and Cypress. So, I do get a little bit of vanilla, and I get something a little warm and spicy. It's hard to say exactly where it's coming from. I'm going to assume it's a mixture of the benzoin, sandalwood, and patchouli, but it's not prominent to me. Yeah, so I'm going to say I'm mainly smelling a little vanilla, a little benzoin, sandalwood, and patchouli. And it's all blending together subtly. To me, it's not prominent. To me, I mainly just get the tuberose and ylang ylang and jasmine. That's like what's prominent to me with this perfume. Yeah, Okay, so I'm gonna show the votes on Fragrantica and see what the other users are smelling. Alright, so it looks like, oh, pretty similar to me. So, firstly, people are saying they smell the Tuberose. Secondly, the ylang ylang. Thirdly, vanilla. And then jasmine. And then benzoin, sandalwood, cashmerean, iris, geranium, incense, patchouli, rose bay willow herb, and lastly cypress. So yeah, it looks like the other voters agree with me. This is a very tuberose and ylang-ylang prominent fragrance with some facets of vanilla, jasmine, benzoin, sandalwood. That's to me what mainly stands out. It is very floral. It is very formal, I would say. It is very attention grabby. I feel like it makes quite a statement. To me, this is not necessarily office friendly unless it was like one spray out there and then you like walked through the fine mist. That might work, but otherwise I think it's too strong. I could see this at a formal event, definitely an outdoor formal event. I would say more so spring, summer, but because it's so formal, I could really see it in fall and winter too, in a weird way. Yeah. Okay, let's read some statistics about this. I did wear this one day, so I have a little experience myself with wearing it. So for longevity, I found that this had pretty good longevity, and that's what the users on Fragrantica are also saying. They're definitely rating it on the longer lasting end, so that's good if you're looking for a perfume that's going to perform longer. For sillage, people are saying this is kind of moderate, maybe a little bit more strong. I would agree. To me, this is a very strong projecting fragrance, especially because some florals don't project as strong. They're more delicate, but the tuberose is just like very powerful. Gender, people are rating this as more feminine, but not like hyper femme. To me, this is like pretty hyper femme, but I guess some guys might want to wear something like this, like Tuberose, or yeah. And then price value, people are tending to say this is overpriced. Let me look up the price. So on Amazon.com, I'm seeing you can buy this new bottle for $172. So that's definitely more expensive. Probably even a little more expensive if you bought it on BDK's website, but that was in euros, so I didn't want to do the conversion rate. So anyway, yeah, this is definitely pricier. There are probably other scents that are somewhat like this, but this is a very pungent tuberose. People on Fragrantica are saying that it reminds them of Armani Privé's Vert Malachite, which I smelled like literally a year and a half ago and have no memory of now, but I do remember it was like a kind of creamy green floral, especially from the reviews that I read, because I didn't know anything about fragrances a year and a half ago when I first started smelling, and now I still don't know a whole lot, but I know a little more. Some people are also saying that this reminds them of the fragrance Memo Marfa, which I have smelled, but that one I remember having a much more like herbal, aromatic sort of facet, especially in the opening. So anyway, okay, let's read some reviews and see what some other people tend to think about this. But before I do that, I'll just give a recap again of what I think. To me, this is a white floral balm, a tuberose balm, very strong, makes a presence, very pretty, but not in a soft-spoken way, in more of a bold, imperial, regal sort of way. Definitely getting attention, might be off-putting to some people, definitely does not fly under the radar. I feel like this deserves like a fancy attire, whether it's a dress or even like a crisp shirt or a blazer or something. Like, this is not casual perfume, definitely. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing I totally forgot to say what I'm wearing, so I'll do that now. I tried to match the vibe of this perfume a little bit, best I could with the wardrobe that I have. I don't think I have a wardrobe that honestly matches this perfume right now, but I did pick this white kind of formal, this is kind of like a formal business shirt maybe, but more more pretty, flowy. It's white. Tuberose and jasmine are white, and then also I wore these yellow earrings, mostly because the color was just so like amber yellow, and also there's the ylang ylang in the fragrance, which is a yellow floral. So that was the look for today. But anyway, back to this fragrance. Yeah, I would say spring and summer mostly. However, because this is so pungent, I could see that like in the heat in the summer it might just be like, ugh, you know. So in a way I could kind of see it year round. Yeah. Okay, let's read some reviews on Fragrantica and see what other people are saying. So somebody says, I wasn't expecting to like this, but damn, this is fancy and nice. If you like tuberose or florals, this is a very high quality. It's creamy, it's all rounded, it's not powdery, and has none of that grandma smell. Truly smells imperial. It's a bit too grown up for me right now. Thanks Diana Prince in her diplomatic role. Not sexy, but elegant and feminine and oozing admiration and respect. I agree. I do not think this is sexy, really, but I do think that it is, it's formal and, yeah, like more imperial and bold, in a classy but kind of intense way. Alright, somebody else says, this has a strange, sweet, fruity note, non-tuberose like, that I do not like. Sadly, it kind of ruins the tuberose part for me, and it doesn't remind me of Verte Malachite by Armani Privé very much. Nope. That one is on another level. Overall nice, but Pas Ce Soir would be my recommendation here. So Pas Ce Soir, another BDK perfume, doesn't smell at all like this, but I think I also liked Pas Ce Soir better than this. I saw it as more like wearable. This, I can't think of a whole lot of occasions that I would wear it, but it is nice. Alright, somebody else says, very rich, creamy, opulent tuberose balm. Opulent, that's a good word for this. This is opulent for sure. Tuberose can go either green or sweet and bubblegummy, and this is the latter. There's a lot of similar tuberose fragrances that have been done like this before, example being Rouge Malachite. Although it's nice, it doesn't stand out to me. So Rouge Malachite is another fragrance from the Armani Privé line, and it does have tuberose in it. I did smell that one as well like a year and a half ago, and really don't remember very well what it smells like. I just remember at the time I was like, ugh, I was not into it. My nose really wasn't as developed as it is now. I feel like now I have greater appreciation for things that I didn't then. Somebody else who feels meh in the middle about this says, the problem with these dense and balsamic tuberoses is that they smell like caramel popcorn on me. Tuberose, Impériale, Marfa, Rouge, and Vert Malachite all smell like something buttery has been sprayed on my skin. The drying down is much more ambery than the opening, and the white floral creamy aspect dries down but still smells popcorny. Interesting. I could get that a little bit. I wouldn't think to say it smells like popcorn, but I guess I can understand that because it's kind of creamy. Alright, let's read one more review. See what somebody has to say. Somebody who really loves this fragrance says, I love everything about this perfume. Creamy and sweet, but not cloying. Have only used it over the winter, but I imagine it being perfect for me all year round. Performs well and people around me love it. Inviting and addicting. The notes differ slightly where I purchased mine. Addition of pink peppercorn and no mention of rose bay willow herb. Edit, I think rose bay willow herb was a mistranslation. By rose translates to pink peppercorn. Interesting. So yeah, this reviewer is saying they think that there's no rose bay willow herb, there's pink pepper, which I don't really know that I smell that myself, but anyway, yeah. So everybody, that is my review of BDK Tubéreuse Impériale, an opulent, creamy, dense, very strong and long-lasting white floral tuberose balm with some vanilla, slightly warm, spicy, woody facets in the base, but mainly a very strong floral, also with some ylang ylang and jasmine. Not for the faint of heart. Definitely, I would say, yeah, a strong woman, slightly more mature. Someone who's got her whole life together, their whole life together. Making a statement. Okay, that is all that I have for today. I'm wishing you all well. I'm so excited we're finally getting into spring. I mean, it happens to be a dusting of snow right outside where I live, which is kind of weird and unexpected, but I am starting to see the first signs of spring. I smelled winter Daphne when I was out walking with a friend the other day, and I'm just noticing more light at night and in the morning a little, and it's so nice. And oh my gosh, I just can't tell you how much the light makes me do better with my wellness and mental health. Oh my gosh, it's true. We need light to survive. I don't really understand when people say they like darkness and rain. I'm like, that makes me feel like I'm dying. Does anybody else feel that way? It's like, why live when there's no light? But I know we need the darkness too. Anyway, alrighty, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll catch you in another video. Goodbye.